It may not be among Kenya's most prominent banks, but for the last 6 months, Equatorial Commercial Bank has caught news headlines in the wake of its proposed majority acquisition by one of Kenya's largest savings and credit cooperatives, Mwalimu SACCO. For the last 2 years, Kenya's banking sector has witnessed a capital-raising frenzy as the central bank requires commercial banks to raise additional capital. And for Equatorial Commercial Bank, its need for additional capital seems quite dire if the recent quarterly results are a pointer to go by. By the close of the 9-month period ended 30th September 2014, ECB's untaxed profit stood at 66.9 million shillings, marking a 65% drop in profitability over the previous year. This against the backdrop of a 34% increase in the bank's non-performing loans to slightly over 1.3 billion shillings, surpassing the bank's core capital of 1.29 billion shillings.
The quality of the asset book has greatly deteriorated, and you're talking about NPL ratio of 15%. I think it's more than that, and that's why approaching a key strategic partner with a view to injecting more capital to fill the holes makes full sense.
This comes nearly 5 years since ECB merged with an equally smaller lender, Southern Credit Bank, in a bid to raise its minimum core capital ahead of the 2012 deadline.
Certain liabilities that ECB took on board in the merger, including significant amount of non-performing loans. ECB needed to put more capital to fill in these holes.
The bank's choice of Mwalimu SACCO as a strategic investor appears to also have been informed by its goal of transforming into a leading retail bank by 2018. This is especially considering that Mwalimu SACCO's clientele comprises the teaching community, a major consumer of financial services.
It requires a massive investment in distribution. It requires a massive investment in the systems and also in manpower. I don't think they can achieve that in 3 years.
But following the government's decision to halt Mwalimu SACCO's acquisition of ECB's owners and the management may have to go back to the drawing board to plot their next move towards additional capital. Balagenga Citizen Business Center.